book lovers! My name is Kimberly, Hensle, Lowrance.
I'm Joe Moldover.
Authors Love Bookstores is a weekly online program held on Wednesdays.
Our mission is to highlight independent bookstores all across the United States and Canada to tell you what makes them so special
and what you can do to help them thrive. We do this by speaking with booksellers and with the authors who love and appreciate their stores.
You know, more than anyone, independent booksellers need us. And I'm so thrilled to be here to support Boswell Books, which is one of my favorite places.
I have been going to Liberty Bay for decades.
Anne and her husband Woody were working practically around the clock when it was only the two of them allowed in the store.
This little bookshop is special. It's been in Sugar House, which is a suburb of Salt Lake City, for almost 44 years.
We are named for Harriet Tubman, and our mission here celebrates women authors, women artists, and women activists.
And we were closed to in-person traffic for about 3 months. It was a very hard 3 months.
You don't make a great living owning a bookstore. We all know that.
It's been a really tough time, honestly, and we've lost some of our staff.
I think it's probably the longest running bookshop that has technically never physically opened our doors.
For the last couple of months, I've had a terrible time reading, and it's a bit embarrassing to admit.
The greatest challenge has definitely been how do we keep that human touch in our transactions? We still sometimes have phone consultations with people basically over like the next book that they should read.
We built this care package builder where you could say, you know, I loved Aisha at Last. What else do you have? And you could also add, you know, candles and, pins and stickers and that kind of stuff.
We started a program called Read It Forward, where we take donations from our customers to buy books for kids who are on school lunch programs in some of the local towns or Boys and Girls Club programs.
We still sold a lot of copies of the book, raised a bunch of money for Caracal all of April. Every copy that we sold, we donated pretty much all of the profits from the books.
We're an event-driven store. We were started as an event-driven store, and I don't think we'll ever not be that. So going online and pivoting to that very quickly has been very interesting. In the grand scheme of things, I don't think that's that big a deal for bookstores, because if you look at independent bookstores, we spent the last 20, 25 years adapting and pivoting and learning how to change.
For many months this year, we were taking our entire collection outside, and we would take all the shelves, we would take all of the art, we would take all of the books, and we would, build a bookstore on the corner.
When the weather turned, we knew we had to make some substantial change, so we invested in a 20-foot shipping container that is outfitted with bookcases, and we open it to customers to help themselves to their orders.
One of the really fun things we've done throughout the year is events with other stores, and also just being able to connect with authors who we normally wouldn't be able to.
There's all sorts of things I want to develop, especially really community-based things. I mean, because that is how bookstores survive. They survive by bringing authors in and by doing school visits and having community fundraising events.
Nowadays, all the events are online through Zoom, and we would get good audiences to show up. It is hard to sell books, though, for events in particular, I think, because there's something special about getting a signed book,
We've been so uplifted by the response from the community.
We're getting a lot of young families into the store, which really gives me hope. And they always tell me, they make a point, we chose to come here. We want to buy the books here.
I have customers who are like, feel safe enough to say that they're not very good readers. And I think that that's the job of an educator, is to support somebody wherever they are.
For a while, we were getting these people coming in, in their masks, who wanted to just tell us all about what was going on in their lives. And that happens most of the time anyway, like in normal times.
And that's the wonderful advantage of being part of a smaller community where you actually get to know your customers and they come back year after year, week after week.
So we just try to make sure that we're going to have, some things that people want, but also always have some things that people can find that they weren't aware of.
I love that Belmont Books is our local community store, and it's so accessible and it feels like such a part of the community. It's the heart of the community.
they want to support art, but they also want to support commerce, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, it's so important. We have to,
you gotta speak with your dollars.
Yeah, buy diverse books.
There you go. In every field, including romance.
Every field.
Every field.